can't leave that on. Not history. Whoa. Okay. Welcome back to... J'allais dire Holy Gamer. Indie Gamer. Mais Holy Gamer, ça marcherait bien aussi. Ce serait une bonne alternative pour un autre profil. I don't know. We'll see. So, we left off at the end of Montreal, if I remember well, yeah, just there. And we were up to Westmount. I hope everyone had nice holidays, good time with their family, even their sometimes toxic parents. Well, if I want to educate through the videos, might as well start. But usually the holidays are... I'm just realizing now that holidays, yeah, those are holidays. Every day is an holiday when you don't have a job. Remember that, bitches. It's actually a good quote. And remember, every day is a holiday when you don't have a job. I'm gonna be full-fledged for Drag Race. I'm gonna do my few shows in Chambéry. I'll put my name on a fucking billboard, and season 3, I'm there. Watch me. That would be so weird. Definitely not my gig, but I'm pretty... Like, I don't know. I think I could pull it off if I really get to do it. I think I could be not quite good, but it would be easy-ish to, you know, make something. You just need to beat your fear of being perceived. That's what I'm working on right now. Anyway, Westmount. Westmount is located on one of the small hills that neighbors Montreal, and it encroaches on the downtown area to the west of Atwater Avenue. Westmount is known as the richest neighborhood in Montreal. It is one of the wealthiest in Canada. Ooh, fancy neighbors. Large parks border expensive mansions, which are made of dark stone and decorated with gargoyles and narrow windows. So that would be kind of the Vaucluse of Sydney, or like around Centennial Park in Sydney. But Vaucluse and all that area, the western suburbs, the eastern suburbs, are really the fancy neighborhoods. Due to Westmount's proximity to the mountain, many Sabbats shun the area. Others enjoy terrorizing and feeding on Canada's upper crust. The jaded, spoiled sons and daughters of Montreal's elite are always looking for new ways to show their conservative and apathetic parents. Remember that. Conservative and apathetic. That makes the youth easy prey for the Sabbath. Kyanite rumor has it that an agent of Quebec City's prince resides in Westmount. Et Québec City Prince. Outremont. Outremont est le francophone contrepart de Westmount. Counterpart. Contrepart. Comment je dirais ça en français? Contrepart. La contrepartie. Ouais. The counterpart, though, that would be kind of a Quebec kind of thing because that would be using literally the English way but making it French. The exodus of Montreal's Anglophones since the 1970s and the arrival of the Francophone elite has transformed Outremont from a lower middle class district to a wealthy area. Large homes and luxurious buildings, all with a distinctive French flavor, mark this area as one of the most prosperous neighborhoods of Montreal, the periphery of Montreal. Bitch, give me my big window back. Yeah, thank you. Fuck. The periphery of Montreal. The following is a list of the other neighborhoods in Montreal. Most are residential. The farther west or east one goes, the newer the area has become. Yeah. Notre-Dame de Grâce, NDG, because English people wouldn't be able to say Notre-Dame de Grâce every fucking time. Notre-Dame de Grâce. Like grass. Notre-Dame qui fume tous les jours. Là, oui, bah maintenant, oui, définitivement depuis que c'est légal. Notre-Dame de Grâce and Montreal West, located west of Westmount along Sherbrooke Street. Notre-Dame de Grâce and Montreal West are two predominantly English middle-class neighborhoods. They also attract both ethnic and student population. Sherbrooke Street, west of Décarie Expressway, is a minor shopping center that consists of family-run stores. NDG and Montreal West are separated by Montreal's commuter train tracks. Okay. The area immediately below the track is home to lower middle-class families. Oh, I'll have to double-check that on the map. But yeah, I think there's one going west to go. It's kind of going across. You have one across the Montreal and one across to the west, if I believe well, and one down south. But I'm not sure. I never take the fucking train. It's kind of like in Sydney. I was mainly in the eastern suburbs where there was no train until the tram has been built a couple years ago. But you don't take the train, like even to go to Newtown. I never go to Newtown. If I went to Newtown maybe 10 times in my whole life, including 3 times in the last 6 months. So yeah, never took the train. Maybe that's something I should do actually. That could be a fun day going out, going west or north. Anyway, if I do, I'll do a video as well. I've been kind of watching some old videos that I've done. Like there's one that I've done a while ago about how to work in Quebec after a few years. I think it was already 2010, yeah, when I was working for the bank. And I did a video that has like 50,000 views. I watched it just earlier because it's been suggested in my whatever, in my stream. But I don't really talk much about the freaking way of working in Quebec. Well, I do, but it's like a third of the video. It's kind of funny because I'm just saying, yeah, you just ask for your working holiday visa, blah blah blah. But I guess back in the days that was still kind of new. I was a trailblazer back in the days. All that because I didn't want to work in France after studying. But yeah, I think a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was a thing before or if it's just the people that I know that I'm meeting here are a bit younger and therefore, like, because I know a few people, quite a few actually, that came over because I was talking about it to them anyway. So it's kind of funny because, yeah, I was one of the first at throwing myself. Well, not first, obviously not, but like early bird. Anyway, of interest in this area is Concordia University's Loyola campus. This old campus houses the university's art and religious studies department and what used to be a Jesuit school. It still houses an ill-maintained home called Jesuit House, and that is the residence of a handful of aging Jesuits. These men call themselves the Brotherhood and actively crusade against the various corrupt forces in Montreal. Should I take a note of that? I think I should. Loosely associated with the Society of Leopold, the Brotherhood is responsible for the financial death. What a lapsus! The final death. Sorry, the final death of a number of careless Sabbats. The Cainites met their end in the Jesuits' specially prepared torture and interrogation chambers. Cainites are not the only ones who have to worry about the Brotherhood, though. The Jesuits have recently taken off to kidnapping and torturing students and deviants, hoping to learn more about the devil's work in Montreal. Oh. Fanatics! Other neighborhoods. La Salle, located below Notre-Dame-de-Grâce and Montreal's west on the other side of the Lachine Canal and west of Pointe Saint-Charles, is La Salle, a lower middle-class neighborhood. It's home to both English and French-speaking people. La Salle is the site of Angrignon Park. I wouldn't even be like, how do you say Angrignon in English? Angrignon? Anyway, like saying a French word, a name. It's like Cartier, Jacques Cartier. You're not gonna say Jacques Cartier. I don't know. It's kind of, yeah, but you would say it similarly in English anywhere. But Angrignon, yeah. La Salle is the site of Angrignon Park. But tu vois, I'm still doing the N at the end. La Salle is the site of Angrignon Park, one of Montreal's largest. A popular location for Sabbath games and mass rites. During the 1990s Oka crisis, a large number of Canadian troops were deployed there. The Douglas Hospital, Montreal's largest psychiatric institution, is located nearby and it's home to the Les Miserables Convent. The Douglas Hospital. that's going to be on the map. The West Island, including Dollard des Ormeaux, Pierrefonds, Dorval, Pointe-Saint-Charles, Beaconsfield, Kirkland, and Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue, West Island is the bastion of Montreal's English middle class. Cookie-cutter homes, tree-lined streets, and two-car garages capture the essence of the place. This area is not very popular with urban Sabbath. Archbishop valets send token patrols to the region to guard against Camilla incursion, but the Sabbath really has no idea what roams the quiet suburban street. Dorval Airport is one of the few locations that attracts Sabbath attention, mostly to ensure that no vampires enter or leave the city without the Archbishop's knowledge. Ville-Saint-Laurent is an area dotted by high-tech industrial complexes, covering the area between West Island and Montreal. The residential portion of this region is dominated by Middle Eastern immigrant and Francophone. Unknown to the residents, many warehouses store toxic waste and materials. I'm not even picturing so much exactly where Ville-Saint-Laurent is, so let me have a quick look so I have an idea. Saint-Laurent. Pourquoi il l'appelle Ville-Saint-Laurent in English? Yeah, okay, it's just behind. The airport. My map is submerged with pins everywhere. The beauty of being single, eh? The freedom of it. Until we meet someone that matches you for a while. Montreal North and Anjou, located east of Saint Laurent Boulevard, these neighborhoods are dominated by the French. Ooh, dominated by the French? Tell me more. Whereas homes in the English-dominated Montreal West and NDG are spacious, this area is urbanized and the homes are small, epitomizing the economic differences that prevailed until the 1960s between Montreal's French and English communities. Shibboleth. It's really ingrained, not so much in the language and culture that it's really the mentality of domination through attitude. Because when you think of it, in English has gained a lot of different cultural poles because of the way they propagated the language and stuff, and because there's such a bigger population speaking English. And because it's, I was going to say easier to learn. Yes, I guess. Easier to learn because French is not easy to learn. It's French is a bit more elitist. But the English mob win by numbers and by I was going to say by being happy with their less virtuous business attitude. It's all about business, it's not about art and beauty. It's about the show business. The show must go on. And that's how they win. By giving a good show and making it and lowering the threshold of entry, making it more accessible. Montreal Est, Montreal. In French, you don't say the T, you say Montreal. In English, you say Montreal. There's kind of, the T is kind of there, Montreal. But in French, you say Montreal. Montreal Est is the city industrial art. Massive factory, and once again, it kind of shows the values, what is business and bullshit and delusional, while the other one is enduring and more inclined to do the heavy lifting. Anyway, yeah. Massive factories stretch across the width of the island from the St. Lawrence River and the port to the northern Rivière des Prairies. Oil refineries, grain silos, textile mills, and heavy industries create an intricate maze of pipeline, rail lines, and highways. The area is largely abandoned at night, giving the Sabbath free rein to use the sprawling factories as training ground for new recruits. Laval. This small island city is separated from Montreal by the thin strip of the La Rivière des Prairies. Laval is actually a loose association of suburban neighborhoods, industrial parks, and public parks. Like West Island, Laval is considered little more than an occasional distraction by the Sabbath. The South and North Shore. The shores of Montreal Island are lined by small municipalities including Longueuil, Châteauguay, Rosemary, Saint-Hubert, and Saint-Bruno. These communities are diverse, juxtaposing huge shopping malls, manicured suburban lawns, industrial parks, regional airports, and endless stretches of barren highway. The Sabbath largely ignores both shore, other than when wanting to escape from Montreal. The Sabbath also know that lupines encounters are much more likely off the island. The Outlands. Beyond the lights of downtown and past the dark waters that surround Montreal is the savage wilderness that is the rest of Quebec. Rolling hills, secluded lakes and rivers, and the Laurentians mountains are foreboding territories that threatens to engulf those Kyanite who are daring enough to venture into them. A number of gangrel, both Kamila and Sabat, makes their events in these wild and lead quiet existences. Sorry. The Garou are masters of outland Quebec. For the most part, they are content to leave the Leeches in control of Montreal. The Garou tried and failed to defeat Metathiax centuries ago. Now Montreal is a painful reminder of the sacrifice of the Huron tribe that managed to bind the demon to the island. The Garou not only lost allies, but their mountain kern. Ultimately, it was a small price to pay to prevent the demon's evil from further spreading. Rumor has it that the Shadow Lords might aid Quebec City's tremeray in taking Montreal from the Sabbath. But even if this alliance is achieved, it won't be long-standing. Although it is not widely known, the occasional Uktena or Bone Knower enters Montreal for his own reason. For their part, the outlying Wendigo have a number of contacts and kinfolk on the Kanawake and Kanezetake. For their part, the outlying Wendigo have a number of contacts and kinfolk on the Kanawake and Kanezetake reserves, but the tribe's true power rests in northern Quebec. Okay. So now we're arriving to Montreal's nightlife, the undead life. But it's been 30 minutes, so I guess I'll leave it at that for tonight. I kind of like that change. I guess I'll stick to this new layout for now on. I'll have a look on my phone to see what it looks like as a viewer, and I'll go back to the Undead Live at the next reading. I hope you enjoyed tonight's session, Deborah Corbett. I hope you liked my reading. She's saying something in Russian, so I don't know what she's saying. But hey, imagine that would be what some delusional people would believe. I think that could be a nice way to keep on doing that more regularly. I can do the recording while I'm here once in a while, a few times a year. Do the editing on the road while I'm working on other stuff at the same time. And keep on doing the things. So to be meditated on. I'm gonna go and be active, being passive in my bed, and I'll see you next time.